Good morning. We're going to show you how to remove the magnet quickly and easily. First things you must have are a 7mm socket driver and a Sharpie magic marker to mark the location of the magnet before you remove it. First thing we'd like to do is probably remove, Sean, if you can point the camera over here, this card. This will give you access to these two screws here. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the main cable, the DB9 connector here at the top. Note the location. It can only go in one way. It can't go in this way. But maybe a good idea to take picture of this cassette 1. This goes on the top. Okay? So carefully with 2 fingers pull straight up, because there's a tiny pin in there. You don't want to bend that. And on the bottom, pull straight down, as you can see down here. See this? Just push this straight down. And you see this says cassette 2 right here. So when you put this back in, you have to be careful that you have this lined up properly. Make sure you feel it go in and then push straight up like that, because if you bend the pin, we're both in trouble. Okay, so now that we have the wires out of the way, we're going to focus on the wrench that I gave you during the training session, the 7mm socket driver. We're going to put that over the screw and turn it counterclockwise. Okay? If they're a little tight, you can take a pair of pliers and help you. So we're going to remove this as quickly as we can. Okay, that one's off. So we're going to remove these 2, and then we're going to mark. We're going to mark this so we have some sort of location when the repaired magnet and cassette are returned. You can quickly put it back in with very little effort. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to mark this here just as a guideline. Here, it might even be marked already from the factory. Here, here, here. This way you have some sort of reference, so when you put it back in, note the orientation of the cassette. It's facing the controller card. The DB9 connector is facing the controller card. So that's the way you want to put the magnet back in. And you see these lips here on this are also facing that direction. This is flat and smooth, facing the power amp. So now that we've marked the outer periphery, now we're going to mark the inner periphery. Here, here, just so you have some sort of reference so that the hole will line up with the cover when you put it on. So now that we have that done, we're going to remove the other 2 back nuts. I've got one more. And then you just lift straight up like that. Be careful that there's no magnetic metal in the way. And then we could take the washers off. You can put these back on so you don't lose them right over the studs, which is what I'm going to do now as quickly as I can. And the same with the nuts. I'm just going to put one on just to speed this process up. There, now you have the cassette assembly and yoke. It's not necessary to remove this bottom plate. You're just going to ship the whole thing. You're going to bubble wrap it around this way and then around this way. Okay, and then put it in a box and ship it to us. And as soon as I get it, I will realign it and ship it back to you as soon as I can.